All right. Let's see. Let's see if my Galaxy Note 10, see if my Galaxy Note 10 can handle the live stream. Let's see. Let's see. All right. 24th Street. 23rd. Here we go. Don't really like to drive on 23rd Street. Don't really like doing it. All right, so we're gonna see if the Galaxy Note 10 Plus can handle the live streaming better than the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Just trying to get to 3rd Avenue. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Make sure I'm in the frame. Yeah. How you doing, mofos? Uh-oh. Looks like there's an ambulance of some sort that wants me to get the fuck out the way on some ludicrous shit. When yes, I am on 3rd Avenue. And we made it onto 3rd Avenue. There are ambulances going off everywhere. That is not a good sign. Hope there's no major emergency. Got a whole bunch of ambulances in my vicinity. Okay. Yeah. So let's see if the Galaxy Note 10 heats up. It's already kind of warm. I can feel it. But let's see if it can handle it. What up, Radu? I had a vegan guy ask me to prove to him that human brains are more advanced than chicken brains. His brain is not as advanced. Okay? So don't use his brain as don't use his brain as an example. But we have we have many more synapses. We have many more synaptic we have very many more synaptic connections in our brain, many more neurons, like many more, like many more. Hey, we got serial killer in here. Yeah, vegans are ridiculous. Um, so that's some. Don't even, don't even, don't even bother. Serial killer is in the building. We're doing the damn thing. Got a cement mixer here. Really hate driving behind vehicles where I can't see shit. I don't like it. Also, this vehicle is like, whoa. This vehicle is also like really, really wide. How hot is it in New York City? I would say that yesterday we had mid 90s. We don't really, well, our forecast calls for it to be like mid 80s today, like low to mid 80s. Um, but I'm not anticipating being outside. And the ladies at home like to make sure that it's very, how should I say it? They like to make sure it's very cool in the house. So, um, I'm not really like worried about like the heat or whatever. The only thing is, like, when people talk to me about the heat and complain, you're talking to the wrong guy. Like, when it gets hot, I'm happy. Everybody else is upset. Yeah, in Romania, like 98, 95, that's my kind of weather. It's 112 in Phoenix, but I think you got dry air. So 112 in Phoenix is probably more like 95 in New York. I really want to see if the Samsung is able to handle this 1080p. I went back to 1080p for this stream today. So we'll see. We'll see. If I get the overheat notice and the screen goes blank on you guys, I'm sorry. But we're trying to figure out what's the best way to go about trying to stream. I just touched the back of the Galaxy Note, and while it's warm, it's not like hot. You know. Also, I noticed that if I could be wrong, but it feels like the Galaxy Note 10 is a thinner device than the iPhone. Back in the day, Apple was searching for the thinnest device they can make. Kind of dumb. What is 15 to 18 centigrade? That sounds like 60 something to me. That is too cold for me. For me, if it could be like 85 degrees, 85, 87, 89 every single day, I would be happy with that. Adrian could not find the podcast yesterday. No, no, no. That is the YouTube. We did an unboxing of uh the new Apple iPad Pro, the 12.9-inch fifth generation with the M1 chip in it. We did that unboxing. I did move to set it up yesterday. I did move to set it up yesterday. Oh no. We got these guys double parking. Damn. Yeah. So that's the link. Take a screenshot of that. Make sure that when you put the link in the bit.ly, the T is capital and the S is capital and talking shit. All right. Yeah, 59 to 64. Sorry, Radu. I can't do that. It's too fucking cold. The channel name does not work better, unfortunately, because we're irrelevant. You're not gonna actually find us just by typing in our name. But go backwards in the stream a little bit. Get a screenshot and plug that in exactly the way as prescribed. Hey, bus guy, I'm right here. You're gonna have to wait. Okay? Thanks. Okay. I'll make it sit inside. Yeah. But remember, when you're using a bit.ly link, you must type it in exactly as you see it. From the bit part, from the bit.ly/, everything after the / has to be typed in exactly as you see it. So you can't use like a lowercase t if it shows an uppercase T. You have to, it must be a capital T. All right. Here in Phoenix, you buy a phone holder for an AC vent. AC blows on the phone. If not, phone overheats. Yeah. Um, the thing is, like, I got this fucking dash thing, you know. And this is like what I got. So yeah. But yeah, that probably would have worked better. But I mean, it's warm, but it's not hot. So we'll see. Right now, I got it, 1080p. Normally, it doesn't overheat so crazy. Uh, Normally, it really doesn't overheat until I get, pretty close to home. So, that's why we're running this test today. And who knows, maybe, this device will be more than just, updating my clients on how many sessions they have left. I did have a police officer behind me a few blocks back. One of the things that I really dislike is when they get behind you and you change lanes, and then they find a reason to change lanes to stay behind you. At that point, you're making it very clear that you're looking for trouble. You're looking for somebody to do something wrong. You're looking for a reason to give a ticket instead of just being public servants. Sometimes I think some of these officers really get wrapped up in, the ticket quota, or, you know, they want to be a hero that finds, you know, they want to be the guy that gets the 2 gram drug bust. You know, you know, they want to be that guy that gets a commendation because they caught somebody with cocaine residue on their sleeve, you know, and it's like that's really not that's really not the spirit of what we need from law enforcement. I think that's I believe that officers play a critical role in kind of keeping society from devolving purely into ridiculous anarchy. However, I think looking for a crime, it should not. That's not what we need. You know, I mean, imagine me as a person on the street. Hey, person, you need to move better, or even worse, me injuring them, and then trying to remedy the injury that I caused. You know, and I think that is that's a mistake that officers make sometimes. And I get that some of them have quotas and they have to keep validating why they get paid. They got their quotas and shit like that. I guess they don't want officers walking the beat and just not doing anything and collecting a check, so to speak. But I don't. You're there to just kind of your presence should inspire order on its own. We really don't need you to actively look for ways to interact with the public unnecessarily. In my opinion. I don't know if this is a rude question, but did you see less problems um, with targeting yourself since all of the advocacy for change? It's very difficult for me. It's very difficult for me to. It's very difficult to say, and here's why. If you look at the, if you look at what happened to George Floyd over a year ago, everybody saw it, and every reasonable person was appalled by it. Okay, every reasonable person was appalled by it. Anybody with a soul that didn't have like ridiculous racial bias, they were appalled by what they saw. The problem is with that, and as much as I am as an advocate for civil rights, especially for people who look like myself, the fact of the matter is that what happened to George Floyd is not the majority of interactions that people have with police. The problem is that if it happens once, it's way too many times, and some people are way too accepting of that. But if we are honest with ourselves, that is not the majority of interactions that people have with law enforcement. So we have to make sure that we don't let our emotions take away our objectivity, our rational thought. So when it comes to targeting, the data that you can find, on the FBI.gov website, the data shows that the targeting is still a problem. I have not done the research on, advocacy, pre-advocacy versus post-advocacy. We could speak English today. But I will tell you this, there was advocacy before George Floyd's murder. There was advocacy before then. There's always been advocacy for human rights, for civil rights in the United States of America. Uh, there's always been that. Um, but the problem is that sometimes it falls on deaf ears, and there's no real change. There's got to be a good balance between public safety and oppression of people's rights and what is supposed to be a free country for everybody in the country. So there are certain demographics of people who do get to experience the freedom, but there are certain demographics of people that don't get to quite experience that level of freedom. And when we get there, I think that they'll probably just find some other cause to manipulate people's emotions by. Because if it's not racial, then it's sexual orientation. If it's not sexual orientation, it's either complaining about misogyny or engaging in misandry. There's always going to be something to try to keep some sort of tension between people in society in general. But when you're talking about law enforcement in particular and them dealing with people, I think we'll see if we get any real change. But I'm pretty cynical, and my expectation is that if they brought about real change, then certain elements of society won't profit from all the problems. So it's important that the problems continue so that they can continue to make money. This water bottle is fucking cool, yo. I love this fucking water bottle. You watching the finals tonight? Dude, the Suns just might win the championship. I'm so pumped. Yo, I'm pumped for you, man. You have no idea, man. Like you guys don't know. Like Cyril and I, you would see us, do the live streams, Call of Duty and all of that. But when we turn off the stream, that's when the real conversations begin with me and Cyril. Okay. And I can't tell you how many times we've ended up talking about basketball. And then you can hear the pain in his voice when he starts thinking about his Phoenix Suns. So to know how, I'm not even sure the Phoenix Suns have ever won an NBA championship. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure they've ever won a championship. Certainly not, in my lifetime watching basketball, they haven't won. So, they're 3 games away from, doing the damn thing and hoisting that trophy. I was just talking to somebody recently about how Devin Booker is the only player in NBA history to score 70 more than once and lose both games. I mean, Devin Booker, he was never really a guy that you looked at and say, wow, that guy is a two-way player. He plays both ends of the floor very well. It was very, very clear that Devin Booker was more of a scorer, and uh, and that's what he did. And Devin Booker, yes, very good scorer. No doubt. Give him his props. But what's as valuable? Do you know what's as valuable? As scoring points, preventing the other team from scoring points. So, Devin, it was really funny When Chris Paul went to Phoenix, I was like, wow, that dude really does not care about winning a championship. I'm like, yo, this dude is just trying to get paid. He was trying really hard to win a championship in Charlotte, New Orleans. With the when the Hornets, were with New Orleans. I think right when they moved to New Orleans, that's when Chris Paul showed up. I believe when they left Charlotte. Um, they were the Charlotte Bobcats. No, they were the Charlotte Hornets. They became the New Orleans Hornets. And then Charlotte got a team back and they called them the Charlotte Bobcats. And then they basically took their history back and became the Hornets again. But I looked at that and I was just like, damn. Chris Paul is just basically just trying to get paid. This motherfucker took them to the NBA Finals year one. So shout out to a serial killer. I'm very, very happy for you and the real Phoenix Suns fans. The Simplistic said many people betting on them to lose tonight. I think those people are going to lose their money, Simplistics. Did anyone here watch the semifinals between Denmark and England yesterday? It looks like Junie did. And Simplistics did. Oh, you said sorry. I meant they're betting on them to win. Yeah, I think that I definitely would have Phoenix as the favorite at this point. Um, I really don't know a whole lot about the culture of football, so you're gonna have to kind of tell me what happened and how England cheated. Because I mean, if you're talking about a team cheated, then that means that they had to have gotten away with something. So if they did get away with something, what did they get away with? You make a good point, Serial. You make a good point. The Pistons did have, a couple of decent scorers, but the Pistons had players that played their role. And I think you're right. Um, I think you're absolutely right, Serial. I think you're absolutely right. Um, and the thing is, you get Devin Booker off the ball. I mean, I think you guys basically got the perfect storm. You guys were bad for a long time. Devin Booker had to handle the ball more. His usage rate was up. Now he doesn't have to do that, but he has the skills. He developed the skills so he can handle the ball. Chris Paul can handle the ball. DeAndre Ayton definitely did not disappoint with his high draft pick status. And you get a bunch of guys. I mean, did anybody think that Cameron Payne would amount to anything when when did you think that he would amount to anything when he um come on, man. You're blocking traffic, guy. Holy crap. Come on, man. You're gonna have to wait, my nigga. This guy just stopped in the middle of the street with his big ass truck, blocking a This is a two-way, one lane per way street. And he parks his big ass truck and he doesn't even angle it toward the parked cars. He angles it out. So he's blocking the fucking lane. And I got these fucking assholes fucking, what are you honking at me for? I knew you got that fucking cheap ass Toyota that you paid $3,000 for. I'm in a $65,000 vehicle, sir. I'm not in this process. So respectfully, go fuck yourself. Anyway, fuck you honking at me for. Okay, so let's look at this. The referee gave England a penalty when the Danish didn't even do anything wrong. And then the referee didn't even want to see the video replay from a better angle to be sure about it. They got away with faking an injury, never made contact with another player, but acted like, oh, they did the LeBron. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, have you guys noticed Chris Paul is also one of these guys who he'll feel the moving air. He'll feel the moving air on his face, and he'll act like someone smacked him in the forehead with a baseball bat. Anybody notice that? Be objective, Serial, because you know I'm talking to you. Be objective. You know that's the fucking case. The flopping pisses me off in all sports. It pisses me off. The England fans were shining a high-powered lasers into the goalie's face when he was trying to block the penalty kick. What the fuck? So I guess the old adage is now the new adage. If your fans aren't cheating, you're not trying. That's and you guys know I'm all about fair play. Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. So I don't like that kind of shit, folks. I don't like it. That rattling you see is the the poor condition of these roads. I like how the sanitation guys are following the trucks, I guess, to make sure that people get out of their way so they can take out the garbage. But then the ball bounced from the goalie in a bad way, so the guy could score an empty goal. You should watch ice hockey. They fight each other. They don't go down over petty squabbles. Though I would say that's the opposite of fake outs. I've been a hockey fan like since the year before the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. I have a New York Rangers license plate. So if you don't live in the United States, the New York Rangers are my chosen local hockey team that I support. You don't really get guys flopping like that in hockey, but the NHL version of the game has definitely softened up a bit. That really, big hit that everybody used to celebrate is not there like it used to be. You know, now, if you hit a guy too hard and they go into the boards, you're getting a major penalty, perhaps even a game misconduct. I mean, they even have a rule where if your move injures the player, you could be out for as long as the other player is out. So, you know. So wait a minute. You said that the English was the entire tournament being held in England, or are these teams expected to travel to the higher seeds or the higher seed team's country for each game? I don't understand. You know what's the coolest thing about driving behind me? If you're driving in a vehicle behind me and you honk, I don't give a fuck. Like, I seriously don't give a fuck. So when you honk at me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go at the same fucking pace I was going at before you started honking. And that is what is so cool about driving behind me. It teaches you to have the proper amount of patience and to share the motherfucking road. More people need to understand that other people don't and should not have to care about what the fuck you want. And when you understand that the world doesn't revolve around you have a better life. There were no matches. There were matches all across Europe, but the English only played in London. That sounds like some fucking imperialist garbage to me. But then again, if I had to play devil's advocate, then I would wonder if COVID restrictions across countries played any role in that, especially since the UK is no longer part of the EU, the European Union. So I think that's pretty fucking interesting. You know what else is interesting? At the point that my iPhone normally overheats and gives up, it has not done that to this point. It has not done that to this point. So it looks like, a lot of people ask me, why do you have two phones? Well, I can give them another reason. Well, one of my phones can't handle live streaming while I drive. And apparently the Galaxy Note can. My phone can. So for all you guys that are in that Apple iPhone versus Android war, you can, I guess, take that with you. I mean, if you look at Lewis Rossman, when Lewis Rossman streams, when he drives, he's using an Android device. So, and look at Junie, look at Junie, look at Junie. So, you know, so yeah. So didn't really sleep that well, but I had a decent start to my workout. I did the barbell back squat real quick after working with my client, and then I'm gonna get home. We're supposed to be working. We're supposed to be back from hiatus. Black Power Magic Hour. We're supposed to be doing that today. So hopefully you guys will see us on the show tonight. We'll see. But I'm basically rushing home to get there. Junie says, get the One Plus. The One Plus is not bad. I actually got my dad a One Plus Nord N10 5G, and he loves it. But for what I need my Android for, um, my Galaxy Note 10 Plus is plenty good enough. I suspect that I will have had this device for 2 years and a few months, and I'll probably go another 2 years with this at least. So Italy is in the final. Did the U.S. play in that tournament at all? I don't probably not because the U.S. sucks. The U.S. men suck at football, so they probably weren't even invited. They're like, you uncultured swine. You don't know football. We're not even going to allow you in this tournament. It's an EU tournament only? No. So no African teams are there, no Asian teams. So, I mean, are they deciding like who goes to the Olympics or some shit with this? I don't know. Because I know the Olympics is about to start, right? Did the US even did the US even qualify for the Olympics in football? Probably not. They suck. Interesting. I mean, the only time that I really feel like I can get into watching football is during the World Cup. That's the only time I really feel like I can get into it because I know the stakes are high. You know, but by and large, like I don't, I don't, um, I can't just like watch. It just, it may not be cultured of me, but it, it just doesn't, it just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't. Um, but during the World Cup or the Olympics, yeah, I can definitely get into it because of how high the stakes are. Like for instance, like when I was watching South Korea try to earn a medal once, I you know I understood why it was so important for them to try to win that medal. Because it took my parking spot. God damn it, man. Fuck. These guys. Damn it. Um, but yeah, the really high stakes. Oh yes, I was talking about the South Korean team. So they were really trying to medal because if they would have gotten at least a bronze medal, then they could have been exempt um from military service. So you can tell that there was a lot on the line. But like when teams like China lose, like I get scared for them because I don't know like what's gonna happen to them because they lost. I hate honking at people. I probably honk my horn in any given year. I might honk my horn like 10 times in a year, maybe, if that. Really don't like to honk my horn. And I gotta take a shitty parking spot down the block. It's bullshit. But anyway, I didn't get lucky with parking today. I didn't get lucky. I know that some of you are up all night to get lucky. Me, I drive around the block multiple times trying to get parking lucky. Doesn't always work. Doesn't always work. Doesn't appear like it's going to work today either. So I'm going to have to take this shitty spot and then hope that somebody fucks up and, oh, this woman is leaving this parking spot, which is a very good parking spot for, not being in front of my house. But it looks like she's about to put this kid in the car, so I'll talk to you guys. Oh yeah. Um yeah, so yeah, I'm not really a big football guy, but you know, perhaps, one day I might, but yeah. Well, as you guys know, I give cardio directives. The closest thing that I'll do to cardio myself is high volume reps. Other than that, I will say that you're right, Radu, about Champions League. I definitely will say that you are correct about that because I remember looking at like the championship, the Champions League, and then trying to watch the MLS, and I'm like, why does the MLS exist? This product sucks. All right, so I'm going to take this parking spot for now. Not the one that I want, but not as bad as it could have been. Okay, good, good. All right, motherfuckers. As you guys can see, um, the Samsung did pretty well. It is very warm now, though. Definitely, like uncomfortable to the touch warm. Not even going front. Uh, so, but it handled it and handled it at 1080p. All right. So Tim Cook, You know, you know, get on it, Tim Cook. Get on it. All right, people. I need to get prepared for um recording for Black Power Magic Hour. And then I got a client after that. Hopefully, you guys will see Black Power Magic Hour tonight. And then probably after I do all this stuff, I'm gonna hit the weights again. Yeah. Well, see you later, folks.